Coach Cam made this shit.
I'm Brenden Kron. This is Rex, and welcome to Jammin with Kron Rex. Did you know
that in 2013, Pope Francis offered a reduction in purgatory time for Twitter followers?
Huh.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
It's always when you hear shit like that, it's like, you know, they have a little bit more power than they're saying. Mm-hmm. You know, if they can offer shit like that for that, then they're like, come on, man. Like, I stole one time. He's like, I don't care. Unless you follow me on Twitter. Yeah. I think that's the same Pope that liked, I'm pretty sure, Meg the Stallion's post. Or no, maybe it wasn't Meg the I think I'm thinking of Shaq. I get them two mixed up all the time. I think it was just like some random... Do you not know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, I do. Yeah,
okay.
I don't know the person. I don't think it was like a specific person. But yeah, I do think Pope Francis was like in...
Yeah, I just remember Pope Francis doing something like that. And Texas senator. Looks like the Zodiac Killer. Cruz? Something?
Yeah.
Ted Cruz?
Yeah, I think.
Is that Ted Cruz?
That doesn't sound right. Yeah, I don't know.
Pope Francis. Instagram. It's. Surely to God, he doesn't. Like, Pope Francis probably doesn't run his Instagram, right? Like, there's no fucking way.
Yeah, it's Ted Cruz, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Not who runs his Instagram, but.
Yeah, he liked like 3 porn tweets.
Yeah.
I thought that was so fucking funny. And I don't keep up with, like, politics at all. Mm-hmm. So, was that, like, ever brought up?
I have no clue.
I mean, you would think that'd be mentioned at some point. Like, he just makes an annoying point or something. Somebody's like, oh, well, you probably overlooked that fact because you was looking at porn on Twitter. And then, like, what do you say after that? You know?
Yeah.
Let me see who it was that he liked. Vatican asked Instagram how Pope's account liked a photo of...
Was a hacked account?
of a photo of a Brazilian model.
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
I love that it's always just...
I like that. Yeah, they're like, oh, that's Instagram's fault. You just see that he posts, like, balls in my mouth. Like, come on. Like, that's what they do. The only thing they do is when they hack the Pope's Instagram is they like one Brazilian model's photos. That's it.
Yeah.
And it was just one. Like, because one's a mistake. Mm-hmm. Now, if it was like 40 or something like that, I'd be like, okay, that's clearly or that could just be an old man not knowing how technology works and other people can fucking see what it is.
Yeah. Maybe the person who hacked it liked it and then immediately switched over back to their account and then made the news line. It was like, holy shit, did you see the Pope just like this? And then they got a little fame from it.
Her name's Natalia I don't know. She's like Brazilian or something, so I have no idea how to pronounce it. Garbado. Let's see if she's. Yeah, that's Pope worthy.
That's Pope worthy.
I love
this. Yep, the photo of them two together.
Oh my god! It looks like if you just not honestly, this is a stretch, but. It just reminds me of, like, the dating rumors picture, and it, like, just stitches 2 people beside each other, and it's Pope Francis and this Brazilian girl that's dressed up like a schoolgirl.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
She's probably, like, she was definitely famous before.
Yeah.
Not to discredit her, but I can't imagine how much more famous she has become since the Pope liked her photo. Like, you're
endorsed by the Catholic Church. Like... You're that hot.
Yeah.
That you're the only woman endorsed. Before you, it's just been nothing but, like, 12-year-old boys. But you are the first woman of age endorsed by the Catholic Church.
Also, how is she not dressed as a nun?
I know. That would have been perfect.
Like, how is, like, that not the first photo that comes up now?
Yeah. I don't get it. I mean, that was a pretty big, like, thing when it came out. But I was like, y'all should be happy that, like, we know our Pope is straight. Mm-hmm. Like, we've had our doubts for a while. But no, easily, I don't know how many popes there have been. This guy's probably my favorite.
Yeah. He's kind of the only one I really know. So, yeah. for any decent reason. I know some for very bad reasons.
Yeah.
So
I feel like every single one of their names is Pope Francis. Like, that just sounds like a Pope name. Or like Pope... I can't even think of another one.
I can't either. By name?
Yeah. Like, there's no Pope Devin. You know?
Well, it's not... Like, they're going to obviously be older.
Yeah.
So they have to have older names.
Older people, I mean, Devins grow up, right?
Yeah, but, like, there are names that are... Like, Francis, like, there's no 24-year-old Francis. Like, you're not really seeing...
Yeah, what do you want to call him as a kid? Like, Frank? Hey, Frank.
Yeah. There's just some names that are older.
Yeah.
Like, Linda is an old woman name.
I have never... Like, I know plenty of people who's, like, older and named, like, have older names, but, like, I have never met one that's, like, a kid. Like, I have never met a kid named... Well, I mean, I was going to say Bob, but, I mean, I guess there is, like, Robert.
Yeah.
And stuff, but even naming a kid Robert is fucked.
Yeah.
Like, because best case scenario, someone calls him Rob or Bob. Like George. I don't think I've ever met a kid named George.
George doesn't seem like an old name. I'm trying to think of another.
Do you know a kid named George?
No, it doesn't. It seems like maybe like a generation or two above us. Not like an old name, but definitely not a name.
Yeah.
For today's standards.
My favorite thing is it's always the insanely foreign kids who have the most American names. Mm-hmm. That is always so fucking funny to me. Like I mean, we had a couple of kids at our school that, like, barely spoke English, but their names was, like...
Carl.
Yeah. Or, like, Mark.
Mark.
You know?
Yeah.
The most American fucking names. And they're just like, yeah, this will rile up no suspicion. Like my uncles on the Korean side of my family, it's like George, Stan, Bob, Billy, Donald, like, you know, my dad, Roy. It's just the most American fucking names that they could come up with.
Yeah. I seen another old name, Eleanor.
Eleanor's Ellie. You could call somebody Ellie.
You could,
yeah.
But I don't.
But that could be like that could blend. You know, like, as you get older, you're just like, hey, I'm like 62. You gotta start calling me Ellie.
No, I'm no longer Ellie. Now I'm Eleanor.
Yeah, I don't.
Harry. I do think. I mean, Harry Styles, obviously, but, like, other than that, like, I've never met someone named Harry. That does feel like an older name.
Brendan's kind of a younger guy's name. Like, I don't think it's just hard picturing an old guy named Brenden.
Yeah.
You know?
Roy feels like an ageless name. Like, I could see an old guy, middle age.
Yeah, you're seeing it right now. I'm aging as we speak.
Yeah. You're a young, middle-aged old man.
I have felt like that for many fucking years.
Arthur. Otto.
Yeah, because what are you going to say, Artie?
Yeah. Otto
Porter. That's the only reason I don't have, like, an old person association with it.
Harvey. Frederick's an old name.
Yeah, but
Wilford.
that can be insanely kiddish if you go with, like, Freddie. Mm-hmm. But you don't want to be Freddie. Dude, I swear to God, at least one time a month, I think of this kid that I met when I was, like, 10 years old on vacation, because every time, like, he referred to himself in third person.
That's cool.
And he looked like Neville from iCarly.
That's not cool.
And his name was Gabe Turbo.
Gabe Turbo.
And every time he referred to himself, he said his full name.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so funny at first. You know, like, I was joking with my parents about it. I was like, oh, that kid's a dork. I am 25, and I am still thinking about that guy. Like, what a fucking introduction. I talked to him for, like, a day, and I still remember that kid's fucking name.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you do it. Like, I'm probably going the rest of my life knowing that kid's name is Gabe Turbo.
Yeah. Roxanne.
Yeah.
Beatrice.
Look up the sexiest names.
Sexiest
I want to know what's considered, like, a sexy name. Like, because you can't make Beatrice sound sexy. You know?
I don't know how, at least.
Yeah.
Scarlet.
Oh, yeah.
Scarlet was the very first thing that came up.
Yeah, that's hot.
I don't like that. Because, like, you know how, like, whenever you Google it, it'll just have, like, a section of the article, and then you can click on the link. The link is, does your baby's name have sex appeal? Nah.
Who wrote it? It was a Catholic church, wasn't it?
It's an article called Made for Mums. No, I heard you.
I was going to say Happy Easter, by the way. Here's some sexy names for your kids.
I don't. Rhett?
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 That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, shout out to our girl Natalia. I think Natalia is a pretty hot name.
It's number 3 on the women's.
Really?
Yeah, if you want to look through it with me.
Man. Mateo? What was that? Dan?
Yeah, that one. Remy? I don't think Remy.
Romeo?
Dante?
That's intense.
Yeah.
That's an intense name. I don't really see any American names on there. And I get it. We have like Josh and Alan and Rick.
I scrolled down and it said least sexy boy names. Bob.
Yeah.
Ernest. Norman.
I'm trying to think of hot people that have these names.
There aren't. Dick.
No.
And Howard.
Fuck. Yeah. I can't think of anybody hot with those names.
Yeah. Bertha is not
Bertha.
Bertha's.
Ugh. Oh, Bertha.
Yeah, that's a bad name. Like, not a bad name, but definitely not a sexy name. It's kind of a bad name.
It's a bad name.
Yeah,
It's a bad name.
If your name is like, yeah, that's an ugly name.
If you look it up and it's on the least sexy names and it's a bad name. Like, it's not even that it's not particularly sexy. It's just that it's not sexy.
Adele is on sexiest. This is a different article, by the way.
Do you think Adele's hot?
Like, Adele? Like,
What other Adele?
Well, I didn't know if you were talking about the name or the actual person. I think... Yeah, I don't think... Like, whenever I think of Adele, I don't think of, like, her as being, like, a sexy woman. I just... Yeah. I don't know. But I don't... Like, I'm never like, oh, Adele, like, she's ugly. Like, I always think of her and just...
It's like, oh, it's Adele.
I don't know. This might be weird. I don't sexualize Adele, which is...
I don't either.
Which is weird.
That's why I thought it was weird when I saw that, like, online of, like, whenever she lost weight and people was like, damn, Adele. I was like, bro, why are y'all looking at Adele like that? Like, I know she's like a 30-year-old woman, but I'm like, bro, let her just do her thing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, she don't need this.
Yeah. Becky is on here.
Oh,
Blair.
I have an aunt named Becky.
Blair.
Granted, I'm glad that name's not sexy, I guess.
No, this is the sexiest.
Becky?
Becky. Yeah, that's why I thought it was kind of weird. Blair was on here.
Huh.
Candace. Claire.
That was the name of my first crush, was Claire.
Courtney.
Courtney?
Yeah, I don't really like this. This list
there's
is
some
much.
good-looking Courtneys.
Yeah, but I don't inherently think, like, Courtney is the name of a sexy person. I'm just like, that person could be.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I want to know the names, like, what names are, like...
exclusive to good-looking people.
Well, kind of that, and, like... maybe what name will, like, change your life? Like, people with this name are more likely to do this. People with this name are more likely to do this.
I wonder if there's that statistic.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
We could make it.
Yeah, just start like... I mean, that's a lot of research, though.
When you think of someone with the name, like Tom, what are you thinking? What are you thinking that person, like, does for a living?
I think it's ordinary. So I think they do something ordinary.
Yeah, like a mechanic?
Yeah, mechanic, construction worker.
Like a mouse killer or something.
Exterminator.
What about, God, that reminds me of that one joke of, like, I can't remember who said it. I think it may have been Key and Peele, honestly. They was talking about Golden Tate. And they was talking about how bold it is to name your kid Golden. Mm-hmm. And they was like, he has to do something. Like, they was like, no disrespect to janitors, but like, Golden Tate can't be a janitor.
No.
You know, his name's Golden. He has to fucking do something. And he did.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that's coincidence or if that's just like man, I gotta get my shit together. My name is Golden. You know? Like.
Yeah. I don't know. That's definitely. I don't know. I've always said if I have a kid, I kind of want them to have a stupid name. Like, just not literally dumb, but like something ridiculous. Like a really just wild fucking name.
I don't want it over the top stupid. Like, I just want like a unique name or something.
Yeah. Which kind of can end up being one way or the other. Yeah.
But I think some people just push for the outrageous too much.
Yeah.
Like, because sometimes you're just like, bro, you're trying too hard with that. Like, I think they changed it, but didn't Kylie and Travis name their baby Wolf or something like that?
Yeah.
And I was like, that just doesn't work good as a name. That's a nickname, you know?
Yeah, some of the ones that I think Usain Bolt, all of his kids are named wonderful.
That's amazing.
Thunderbolt.
Yeah, that just works.
Olympia. Yeah. Olympia Lightning Bolt is the full name. That's fucking wonderful. And then Saint Leo Bolt. Saint is a cool fucking name.
Yeah. You know what's fucked up?
I hate the name Apple.
Apple? Apple Bolt?
No, no. Usain Bolt names his kids very well.
Apple?
Apple, I think, isn't...
Who the fuck have you met the same Apple?
I'm trying to think. There's a celebrity that has a kid. I think there's a celebrity who named their kid Apple, if I'm not mistaken.
What's the weirdest name that you can recall that, like, you've personally came across?
So, not... Hear this now. Not, like, me coming across, but my little brother came across someone named America. A woman named America. I believe. And I was like, that's a...
Wonder what they're going to do.
Unique name. Yeah.
How old is this person now?
I wouldn't know. I don't even... Because I don't remember if they were younger or older than them. I think they were younger, so maybe...
America.
Maybe like 15 years younger or something like that than us. So like still pretty young.
America. That's a tough name to have associated with you.
Yeah, it's wild.
That's a very bold name to give somebody. I mean, like, what if you want to, like, travel and stuff? And there's just people that fucking hate that. I mean, granted, I guess it's probably not going to be hard to tell who the American is when you're out and about, but definitely naming yourself America doesn't help. It would be cool to introduce yourself to people.
Yeah.
Like, I am America.
Yeah.
You know?
What about you? What's like the weirdest name?
Weirdest name I have ever came across.
Gwyneth Paltrow named her kid Apple.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's just a Gwyneth Paltrow thing.
Yeah.
That makes a ton of sense.
I knew. For some reason, I thought it was Michael Jackson, but Michael Jackson named his Blanket, which I also think is a bad name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just,
it
doesn't, I don't know.
It isn't like a name that's like weird, but it like rolls off the tongue well, and you're like, hey, that actually is kind of like nice. But
well, and if you're going to give like a kid a ridiculous name, like you need to like make it to where if somebody wants to shorten their name or like call them a nickname, it's easily done. Mm-hmm. But like, what are you going to do with Blanket?
Yeah, like that's why I didn't like the name North, but when they said like Nori, I was like, oh, that actually works way better than I expected it to.
Yeah, because North is just like it doesn't sound like a last name's following up, like the kind of stops it, you know. At least with like Bertha, there's an A that kind of like follows up the rest of the shit, but no, I think I still can't recall like maybe the weirdest name I've personally encountered. 'Cause I mean, there's weird names everywhere, but like I don't know, growing up where we did, it's kind of all like Andrew, Tyler, Cody. Mm-hmm. You kind of just get a lot of that, and not too much differentiation. Like my name is considered kind of unique around here, and so is yours. Yeah, because it's literally just Brenden.
Yeah, Yeah, I
Just
think
you and Brenden Schaub. I'm like 90% sure.
Yeah, we don't spell our names the same either.
Do y'all really not?
No, he's an A-N. Brendan.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. I say I've only ever, which is probably why I have main character syndrome a lot of times, I only know one person that I've ever met in my entire life who spells their name exactly like mine, and they were named after me because it was like my daycare teacher or whatever. Yeah. They were like, "Oh, I love your name," so I named my kid that.
That's cool. It's like, I didn't know you turned out to be a piece of shit, so kind of regret pulling the trigger on that one. But I think I'm the only person I've ever met outside of my dad, obviously.
Yeah.
With the first name Roy.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of, like, even celebrity. I don't really know celebrities whose first name's Roy. Like, I mean, obviously Roy Jones Jr. comes to mind, but outside of that, the only other one I can think of is like Brandon Roy, but, you know, obviously last name.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. There's really not too much of that walking around. Richard's a fucked up one, ain't it?
You shorten it to Dick.
Well, I mean, and even a Richard in of itself is like a slang for dick.
Yeah.
Can you find out how Dick came out of Richard? No, don't look that up.
No.
Look up how...
You know our friend Tyler? Obviously not.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, his name's Roy. Roy Tyler.
Now that you say that, I actually work with a guy named Roy, but his middle name's Tommy.
And they go by the middle name?
Well, yeah, he used to go by Roy.
Oh.
But my dad said no. He said, if you're going to be working for us, you go by Tommy now.
Dude, that's actually wonderful.
Yeah, because like I hear other people like call him like Roy and stuff, and I'm like, who the fuck is Roy? And he was like, oh, well, that was my name. I was like, what happened to it? And he was like, I'm just not allowed to be called it anymore.
What did you want me to look up? I grabbed my phone and then you said don't. And I just set it down.
Richard and Dick. Why are people who are named Richard called Dick? Because, like, it's not short for it, you know?
If you look up why is Richard, first thing that comes up, nickname Dick. Oh, Dick was chosen simply by rhyming names and nicknames that were popular at the time. It rhymed with Rick. Doesn't make sense, but
you don't have to do that. You can just call him Rick or Richie or Rich or Richard. Why Dick? Like, oh, well, we call him Rick for short, and Rick rhymes with Dick, so now he's just Dick. And now everybody in the world whose name's Richard forever will be known as Dick.
Yeah.
I can imagine looking at my baby and being like, oh, is Richard hungry? Like, that sounds so fucking weird.
Yeah. But, like, see, this is being like William. Okay, I'll start with the one that we both know. Yeah. Robert to Rob to Bob.
Yeah.
Makes sense. This one says William to Will. Very easy. Bill. Yeah. I never met a William that I'm like, Bill?
I have.
Okay, so it is. Yep. And then it says Richard, Rich, Dick.
Oh.
But how did...
Well, that has to be Dick, though.
Why not Rick? At that point, just go...
Yeah, because, like, there's not even a K in the word Richard, so you're already kind of stretching there.
Yeah.
But, like, with Bill, like, Will, it's literally one letter away. But with Rick, you are already changing shit up there, and then you put Dick.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
It's kind of a fucked up thing.
Right under that showing, it says, mind blown yet? Be sure to watch the video for the full Dick story. I won't.
No, I'm good. Dude.
Yeah, I'll pass.
I came across, I think, one of the funniest websites.
I hope it correlates.
It's something interesting.
Okay.
I had zero clue that the dad from Wizards of Waverly Place had nudes.
Of, like, himself?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know if you were, like...
Well, you think he's, like, the national storage bank for nudes?
I was hoping that it wasn't of himself.
So, I want to describe a little bit further before it just sounds like one of my favorite things that I just discovered his nudes.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was on Twitter, and they posted something about maybe they're going to have like a reunion show or something for Wizards of Waverly Place. And somebody posted under it and said, I'm so scared to see anything involving this guy because I always see his nudes in the reply. And I'm like, one, how many times have you seen tweets about this guy?
Yeah.
I have not heard about this guy since the fucking show.
I didn't hear about him when the show was going on.
Yeah, I definitely didn't hear about his nudes being dropped. And I definitely don't see him under tweets mentioning him because I don't see tweets that mention him.
No.
So I kept scrolling through the tweets because I was like, what is this? Like, I want to know, like... And it sent me to a page called leakedmeat.com. And I swear to God, it is... I haven't explored the website, but domain name alone, it is one of my favorite, like, websites.
Yeah.
And obviously, we can't show this. We'd like to show you notifications for the latest news. No, I'm good. And another ad popped up. Have you seen this? Check out these and many more famous male celebrities' leaked pics and videos. Yeah, they're all men. I don't know what I hesitated for a second. But, you know, so again, obviously we can't show this, but they are not.
What?
There's
no way. There's no fucking way.
Every angle in the world, I wasn't expecting any of these. These are...
I want to try and describe, but I don't know how. Dude. Okay, so let's try and describe.
Okay.
So he's laying on his stomach, and it's the photo of his back is one of them. It's like the angle of like over the shoulder.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it progresses to showing him on a bed in what looks like a hotel bed with, I guess it's a pair of Speedos. That is up his ass.
Yeah.
And the two of the pictures is just showing him on his knees on the bed and just showing just an ass shot.
Yeah.
And then the next one, there is no Speedo. There is no Speedo in sight.
Laying on his stomach.
Yeah, he's laying on his stomach, bent over the bed, but like his dick and balls got left behind, and they're drooping down the side of the bed.
Yeah,
dude's fully erect, and you get the worst angle in porn history, and it's just asshole, balls, and dick. And the dick's not going at the angle you would think it's capable of. So, yeah, that's this guy.
Yeah.
David DeLuise, if you want to look him up.
Yeah.
Just look up Jerry Russo, leakedmeat.com, and it should take you there. Oh, there's a picture of him and Bieber. Fully clothed.
Yeah.
It's him and Bieber. So yeah, happy Easter. I don't know if y'all are doing anything. If you know want to pass some time at your family's house. Oh, see the rest of his nudes and pics and videos. Oh, I didn't know there was videos. I'm not going to videos right now.
I've seen enough.
Or ever. I just don't think I'm going to. I don't know. I'm not doing anything for Easter today, so who knows? I might.
Yeah.
But you learn something every day.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't want to.
Yeah. If the did you know didn't do enough for you, I honestly hope this didn't do it. What would you rate these nudes?
I'm not.
Rate them. Come on, man.
Clue.
What are you, a homophobe? Rate his nudes.
It's the worst angles I've ever fucking seen.
It is, but you got to give points for creativity.
They are creative.
Yeah, I didn't
Unexpected?
Yeah.
I didn't expect them.
Dude's flexible at the very least. Apparently his emails were hacked, and that's how this got out.
Who's emailing them?
Yeah, who's emailing them? That's wild to me. But
different times, I guess.
That's the face of a guy who... that's the face of a guy who does this. You know? So, scenario, since you're not going to rate this guy's nudes, I give him an 8. For almost just creativity alone.
Yeah.
He could... I don't think he really has the ass to be doing this, but I appreciate the confidence, the creativity. He looks like he's having a good time. Look at that smile.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know.
Yeah.
This guy is your new stepdad, or this guy just knocked you out.
Am I in like the UFC when he knocks me out? The guy who explain for anyone.
Okay, so last night, I don't know what fight night it was, but last night there was a fight night. Oh, UFC Vegas. Goddamn, every pop-up. UFC Vegas 51. There's a fighter whose name is Jordan Levitt, and he knocked his dude out, and for his celebration, he popped down, did a split on him, and then twerked on his way up for his knockout celebration. Like, don't get me wrong. Do it, you know. If you can do it. But, like, don't knock me out first, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if you're training, you're posting a video, you want to show that shit, do that. But, like, I am trying to regain consciousness, and the only thing I see is the man I cannot stop, who is just twerking. Like, there's a lot of disrespectful things I've seen people do, and I think I'd rather have all those done to me, like after a knockout, than my attacker to just start twerking immediately after. Like, I've seen people like slap the dude or call him a pussy or like do a belly flop on him or step over him. Much rather have all those things done to me simultaneously than my attacker get up and fucking twerk. So what is it? What are you going with?
Oh.
That dude just knocked you out.
Again, am I in the UFC? Because that does change it a little bit. Like,
okay, so what would be worse? You're on a main card, and a lot of people you're on a prelim to like Connor and Nate 3. So a lot of people are watching. You're the final fight before the main card, so you know people are watching. Mm-hmm. You're not getting paid main card money, but you're getting paid. You're not getting paid for this dude dicking your mom.
No.
You know? So, what's the better?
I think it's still him being the stepdad. Just because, like, no one's really knowing. Like, there's a very niche group of people who know, and now everyone that watches this.
That's what I'm saying. It's more people I would want to know.
I mean, yeah, no, same. But there's no...
Or, I mean, what this dude is just straight up your dad. I don't know what would be... I mean, I guess it's kind of the same, but, like...
I mean...
You were in there at some point. I want to make it very clear. My finger slipped a little bit. It's there, not... You're in here.
Yeah. What are you picking? You getting twerked on? You getting knocked down and twerked on?
I mean, I guess it depends on who just knocked me out.
I mean, that's
like
fair.
Scarlett Johansson just knocked me out? Okay, whatever.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But no,
if it's this dude or almost any other dude, I think I'm...
I also just don't want to be knocked out, to be fair.
Yeah.
That's another key component. Like, you have to be knocked out, and then as you gain consciousness.
Yeah. Like, that's the first thing you see.
Yeah.
This is the first sign that you know you're alive. Is this man fucking twerking? Can you imagine seeing Derek Lewis knock somebody out and then he just gets up and starts fucking twerking?
Yeah, I actually could. Like, that absolutely wouldn't even surprise me at all. It seems like something that he would do just to do.
Yeah, anybody that follows Derek Lewis on Twitter, I'm sure he would appreciate it. Ask him to twerk after his next knockout celebration. Please, God, don't tell him who sent you. Just say you think it would be funny.
Yeah.
You thought of it yourself. You think it would be funny.
Yeah. Well, how's your week?
God damn it! I thought I already closed it. No, I don't want to get meat notifications.
So how's your week been, buddy?
It's gotten a lot worse. No, honestly, not too bad. You know, obviously, just getting into the swing of things, having a little puppy and thing and shit, and it's made me think a little bit more about some of the things I've seen people do that I think's a little odd, but I've never paid too much attention to, because I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
There's trash people in this world. I'm not really that concerned about it. But, like, what do you think about people that, like, any form of it, kiss their animal on the mouth?
Yeah, I think it's weird.
Okay.
Like, I'm not gonna be like if I've seen someone do it, I'm still gonna be like kind of weirded out about it. But
Are you gonna do that face?
Yeah, I'm for sure gonna be like,
Yeah.
It's weird. Like, it's really weird.
What are you doing, like, first date? A girl does that.
It depends on how hot she is.
How hot the dog is. What, we talking about like a German Shepherd? Or is she doing this to like a fucking Yorkshire Terrier? There's levels. But I don't.
No,
also,
I don't know. It's weird regardless. I'm never gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, call them out on the spot, but I'm always gonna be like, that's weird, and probably just like not talk to him as much.
I was trying to think of the extremes within. Obviously, the extreme is that woman that I'm sure you saw too, that let those wolves like lick the inside of her fucking mouth.
Yeah, that was really weird.
But I also think the complete opposite, while still in the ballpark, is weird. Of like you giving your dog a quick kiss on the mouth. I think that's almost just as weird, because that's like,
I don't even like,
that's like romantic almost. Like, you're just like, bye baby. And you're just, what the fuck? You did that way too casual. You just kiss your dog.
Yeah. Like, I don't even want, I don't let dogs, lick me on, the cheek. Like on my face at all. I'm like, don't do my face. Like, that's a weird place.
Yeah, it's not
lick, kiss me on my face. Like, I don't know. That's a weird place for a dog.
Yeah, I have never thought that was like a normal thing, and I see it all the time, and
why do you see it all the time?
Like Instagram and shit.
Looking it up.
I follow Tom Brady on Instagram, but no, I'll see women post pictures with their dog and stuff, and then one of them's them kissing their dog on the mouth, and I'm like, you better fucking keep your eyes open. If you're kissing your dog on the mouth, you better at least keep your eyes open. You're not. I know that's still not that much of a saving grace, but it helps.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's weird that people don't think it's weird.
Let their dogs lick their mouth. I think that's so gross. Because, because I have family members that actually, let their dogs, lick their lips.
Yeah.
And I'm like, one, you are in a relationship, and I swear to God, if I saw my girlfriend do that, I am not kissing her until, I know her mouth is disinfected.
Yeah.
And they love to use the argument of that dogs' mouths are cleaner than humans. How much does that help? How much does that fucking help? And, that can't be true. That cannot be fucking true. That has got to be a rumor that their mouths are cleaner. I mean, I have seen him walk out and, lick shit. Mm-hmm. His own shit. It's not like he's curious, doesn't know what he just shit.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing, and you're going to tell me that there's something in his mouth that just, like a Germex commercial that just cleans his fucking... No.
Yeah.
There is still shit in there. I don't care if it's been a few hours, that is still fucking shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just been on my mind because I just thought that was so weird. And I was like, maybe I'm overly thinking it. And people were like, well, why are you thinking about it like that? I'm like, don't make me the fucking weirdo. You just made out with your dog. And you're like, why are you being sexual about it? Dude, you were if I was in the room, I was fully convinced that you're about to fuck your dog. Yeah. And you're like, oh, you're being weird. Yeah. I guess I am because I haven't walked out and gave you guys your privacy. But I don't feel like I'm the weird one here.
No, it's definitely weird. 100% it's weird.
Yeah, in a totally different spectrum, I don't even like the kissing your kids on the mouth thing.
No, that's weird.
Yeah, to each their own. You want to make out with your kids? I mean, they're your own kids, I guess. Keep it in the family, but I just think that shit is so weird. It will throw off my entire conversation because I have been talking to someone, they're kids, going somewhere, and they kiss them on the mouth real quick, and I'm like, do we just keep talking? Do we not just address that?
Yeah.
It's not like you just, the one that really gets me is obviously one of the more famous instances is Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And him like, basically saying that kiss wasn't good enough.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know?
It's another one of those things of, like, everyone thinks that's uncomfortable.
Yeah, it is.
But if...
I'm uncomfortable right now. And
I know.
as far as I know, nobody in this house is kissing a kid right now.
But, like... Also,
it's just us, by the way. I don't want to make it sound like it's just we're having a gather with a bunch of, like, middle-aged people and kids.
But, yeah, like, if you're Tom Brady...
Okay, all right, okay.
Okay. You're Tom Brady. You think it's normal. You just kiss your kid. You know, nothing weird about it.
Yeah.
Then you see the video of it, and you're like, oh, that's...
Ooh, I'm watching the highlight reel of him kissing my kid.
Well, someone recorded you doing it. You think you're not on social media. You see it, and you're like... And then you read the responses that every single person's saying it's weird.
Yeah.
If you don't believe it's weird...
If they have a problem with it, I'll kiss their kid.
If you don't believe it's weird, you can't stop. But if you do stop, then you acknowledge what you did was weird.
How much do you believe in the old additive of don't knock it till you try it?
Not.
Context is very important.
Yeah.
But so be careful. I'm not going to try that, man.
No.
You know, just like I'm not going to try, like, there's people out there that eat eyeballs. Like, not particularly. It's not like a diet, but, like I've seen, like, eat, like, fish eyes as, like, not a challenge.
Yeah,
but, like, it's cool, you know?
Like, I don't know, if, like, Good Mythical Morning wanted me on and they said, we're going to eat eyeballs, I wouldn't be like, no, I'm not doing it. Like, I'd be like, oh, fuck it, I guess so. But, like, I would never choose to do it by no circumstance of, like, a challenge or for views or something like that.
Is there any part of an animal that you wouldn't eat, then?
For, like, a challenge? Or, like, on Good Mythical Morning?
Yeah, sure. Or, like, a dare. Double dog dare.
Oh, double dog dare, I probably don't do a lot of them. But, like, if I was, like, on Good Mythical Morning, whatever they said, like, this is what we're all eating today, I guess I'm game.
Yeah.
I don't see why I would turn it down. Like, it'd be kind of dumb with me. It'd turning down a lot of fucking money.
So, the worst
think
things...
of the worst.
Yeah, well, the worst things from that show have seemed to be blood
absolutely.
And bile.
I would, easy. Like, well, not easy. I think it'd be fucking horrible, but...
So...
Without question, if they said, we'll have you on, this is what we want you to do, I'm game.
Okay, so...
I assume you're the same.
Let this scenario play through. They, what is the weirdest animal penis you can think of on spot? Probably like an echidna.
Oh, a duck was the only...
Yeah. Maybe like a duck dick, an echidna penis, or like a turtle. Turtles have weird penises.
Okay.
So you take one of those,
and bile.
You're gonna cook it like a corn dog, but instead of batter, it's bile, and instead of ketchup, you have blood.
Yeah.
And I spit on it.
So finally something good.
And I've gonorrhea.
Side note or still in the scenario?
I have Tom Brady's son.
Oh, no. You were just Tom Brady, now you're his son.
Yep.
I mean, if Rhett and Link are doing it, I guess I have to.
That's pretty gay, man.
All that for that son, just to call me gay.
So, like, is this just to be on Good Mythical Morning? Or, like...
That's just the easy scenario.
Okay, I didn't know if you was looking at the paycheck you're getting from being on Good Mythical.
I don't even know if they pay you to be on the show. But it would just be exposure.
Bro, I'm sure they paid Kobe. Like, granted, I don't think a Kobe check and not to be a dick, but I don't think a Brenden and a Kobe check are going to be the same.
Yeah, well, I would do it for free.
Yeah. So you're just eating dick for free.
I got to sometimes. Don't knock it till you try it, I guess.
It is Easter. It's fucking Easter, Brenden.
You set the scenario.
I didn't do it.
You wanted me to do it.
Don't say that. We gotta cut this shit. Friend's getting a little freaky on Easter.
You wanted me to eat dick for money on Easter.
Clip it. Clip it. You heard it here first. On leakedmeat.com. How was your week?
It was pretty good. I had an extra day off of work, so...
What'd you do with that day off?
I watched the Kanye documentary.
Oh, the entirety of it?
It's only 3 episodes.
Oh.
So, yeah. I didn't watch it all that day.
So,
I watched it through the weekend that I had,
Yeah.
and then my extra day. I was able to watch all of it. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's not... It's 3 episodes. 2 episodes are the making of the College Dropout.
Yeah.
And then the last episode is the person who made that documentary before he was ever famous and was just believed in him to that point. It just shows their falling out.
Yeah.
So that's the documentary. It's not like... I was like, 3 episodes seems weird. And then, like, by the end of the second one, I'm like... So it's just the College Dropout. And then...
Yeah.
Like, you can see that it's not... you can tell that it's kind of more about the friends falling out. But something that I thought was, like, really crazy to see was, like, a little bit after the College Dropout and, like, how he became more famous.
Yeah.
One of the things that the guy... I wish I remembered his name. The guy who's actually, like, narrating and the friend of Kanye.
Morgan Freeman.
I don't think that was him, but it could have been. He actually was like... You could tell that Kanye... The more famous he got, the more he brought his mom around. And I was like, dude.
I knew you was going to mention something about his mom, and
It was
it always
heartbreaking.
makes me think of that Hey Mama clip.
Yeah.
He sings it with his mom, and I swear to God.
Even crazier,
Oh my God. Don't
that song was before the College Dropout. He would, like, Mos Def. There's a video of Mos Def walking up and, like, doing, like, some of the lyrics off of that song because, like, that was his song to her. And I was like, dude, that's even fucking crazier.
God damn. Yeah, that fucking. I heard there's a pretty cool moment of Pharrell freaking out about Through the Wire.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
I bet it is good, man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
How is it? How good is it compared to like Breaking Bad?
I thought you were going to say The Last
Incredibly
Dance.
biased.
I thought you were going to say The Last Dance.
Sure.
And say if you want to compare documentaries.
No, I want to go top tier TV
Yeah.
show. What's better, that or what? The Kanye documentary or Game of Thrones? Seasons 4 and 5.
I would watch the Kanye documentary again 10 times before I watched the Game of Thrones.
Before I watched the first season of Game of Thrones.
Dude, fuck Game of Thrones.
No
I am
shit,
a true
man.
hater. I would say, like, I don't know how, like, scale of 1 to 10, I guess I'd give it, like, a 7. Only because, like, that last episode feels like it tries to cover till today from, so, like, what, 10, 15 years, maybe?
It's crazy there's only 3 episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, there seems like there's so much more story to be told, or maybe
Yeah.
there just wasn't much more story on camera to be told,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, because it even talks about, like, Jesus is King and some of the making of it. And I'm like, if that last episode feels so rushed.
Yeah.
I wish it was just a College Dropout documentary, and the first 2 episodes would be perfect for that. But I understand why that
Yeah.
last episode's there.
How old was he? Like, does it tell you,
shit.
like, in the documentary, like, because obviously it's not just the same, like, year that's being covered. It's probably across a span of a decent amount of time. Because I'm trying to get a correlation of, like, how old he was compared to, like, how old I am right now. And he's,
Oh, okay.
gotta imagine he's near the same age. And I can't imagine he's either, like, 17 or 40, you know?
How old was Kanye when College Dropout? It says...
What college?
God damn it. So it's saying... Alright, so I can either find...
Did it send you to leakedmeat.com?
No. It's saying College Dropout dropped in 2004. And then it's saying Kanye dropped out of college when he was 20. No, I went...
Okay, well, look up how old Kanye is.
Yeah.
Yeah. In 2004.
27.
Okay, so yeah, he was around the same age as us.
Yeah.
He was older than us, which makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah. So in like 2 years.
Yeah. It makes me feel like shit hearing how old, like, Jason Tatum is. And I'm like, God.
Jalen Green being fucking 19 in the NBA as a star.
Man, the fuck was I doing when I was 19? I genuinely don't think I remember. It's like 5 years ago. What was I doing when I was 19? I think I just started college.
Another movie. I watched one movie as well, and it's because, like, I don't know, I've really been wanting to watch it ever since I've seen you watch it, and
oh, cool.
Unfortunately, you said it wasn't great, and I just didn't want to believe you.
Okay.
Malcolm and Marie.
Oh, yeah.
I watched it. It's not great.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I was hoping that, like, maybe it was better than you were giving it credit, but no.
No, I wanted to like it, too.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I love to give attractive people the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
But it's not because it's bad acting. It's just, like...
No, the acting's good.
That movie could have been, like, 45 minutes shorter. Like, it just didn't
need to be... It's in 3 parts.
Yeah.
And that's where
it didn't need to be all... Like, if that was just, like, a short feature film of, like, maybe, like, 20, 30-something minutes, like, I think that would have been like, oh, that was a neat little insight on this, a little back and forth, but it was just like okay, maybe something else... No, nothing else is happening. They're just arguing again, and I'm just like...
I don't know.
Because that's what I was doing the entire time. I was like, man, I do want to like this.
Yeah.
Like, I really do. Like,
there's some moments that are fucking masterfully done, too.
Yes.
There's even some quotes that I was like, oh, that hit home. Like that.
Ooh, that's toxic. Well, I mean, because, dude, that dude's obviously just a piece of shit, right? I mean, that's the movie. I mean, don't get me wrong. Marie says some things she goes a little too far with, but, like, the dude's just kind of a whiny bitch. He's pretty much clearly in the wrong the entire time. Like, about why she's mad in the first place. And it's because he just didn't fucking acknowledge her. He basically used her life story.
Yes.
And then he was like, well, fuck you.
Spoiler alert now.
Yeah. He's like, you think you're special because you're a fucking drug addict? That's not cool.
No.
He just, everything he does, I have, like, with a film like that, I wanted it to be like things unfold throughout. Like, I was hoping something came at the end that, like, either one of them would say that would make me feel bad for just blaming it all on this guy. And be like, oh, there's a reason why he's doing this, or like, oh, she's the bad person.
Yeah.
But and no, it kind of kept on like that.
Yeah, if it would have switched back and forth.
Yes.
If I would have been like, oh, I'm definitely on Marie's side.
Yes.
And then I was like, oh, I'm definitely on Malcolm's side. Oh, I'm definitely on Marie. But it's like, the only thing that I kind of, and again, this is a spoiler warning, sorry. But like, the one thing that I think that like, he wasn't necessarily in the wrong, but the way he acts makes it so much worse, is when she asked why he didn't cast her.
Yeah.
And he goes, I asked you to audition. I wanted you to audition. You didn't. He was like, even though I have the say, I can't just tell you you're the part of the movie.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I could have done it better. And then he fucking loses his mind. And that's when I'm like, God damn it. Like, you had that argument won. Like, that was it.
That was like, just be honest about it. Like, it's going to hurt some feelings.
But he fucking lost it.
Yeah, and he just completely fumbled that argument and like, well, you're the piece of shit again.
Yeah.
Like, you used her life story.
Yeah. I think it's like, maybe around like the 20-minute, so I thought the movie was going to be like an hour and a half. It's like an hour and 48 minutes, I believe. So it's like almost 2 hours. And that's where another...
That shouldn't be.
Like, if it was an hour and a half and there was the switch in narrative where the second argument was won by Malcolm, I think that movie's fucking masterfully done. Wonderful. The one thing that really stood out to me was the whole... when she looked at him and was like, you only want someone, or you don't want someone as soon as you figure out that they love you.
Yeah.
And then you only try to win them back once you think you're going to lose them. I was like, oh, that hit home. I was like, that is definitely a character flaw of mine.
Fucking preach. But no, like, it was... Honestly, I think a problem with it, too, is I think movies that are shot in black and white trick me into thinking it's a good movie. Mm-hmm. Or for me to be like, well, wait, this can't be a bad movie. It's shot in black and white. That's masterful cinematography, but it's not. It's just in black and white.
Yeah.
You know?
I will say, like, there was no shots of it, like, in the cinematography that I was like, oh, that's, like, really, really good. Like, it's not, like, the, like, symmetry. Like, something that I just could point out and be like, that's so good. But
or, like, oh, that's a interesting thing they included in the background, you know, to maybe infer this or relay this, but...
The cool thing is...
Yeah.
it also wasn't bad. Like, there was, like, on Don't Look Up, like, I had that big complaint of, like, the whole time I'm like, oh my god, like, chill with the camera. Like, it felt like it was, like, fucking with me the whole time. Versus this, I was just like, yeah, just going through, like, the movie.
Yeah, it was really easy to watch.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Again, it just shouldn't have been that long. I mean, props to them for making a pretty unique movie. I mean, I
love the premise.
Yeah, it's a neat premise, and plus there is literally no other actors involved.
Yeah, it's just the two.
It is just a full movie with two people, which I think is pretty crazy.
Yeah. I like that with two characters, I was going to say without them just blatantly saying this is what's going on. It does it at the very fucking opening. But other than that, I like that two people can sit down, have a conversation about a night, and I can now unfold both of their entire stories, know exactly who they are as people, and what they're trying to accomplish. I think that's neat. I think they accomplished a lot in that time. Just some things should have changed. But when the movie... Because, like, I was so ready to watch the movie and just be like, man, I don't understand why you didn't like it as much. I loved it. I thought it was perfect, wonderful. It opens up with him, like, walking around the room, and she's just kind of chilling there smoking. And he's like, what just happened tonight? I won an award for this. And I'm like, don't tell... Come on. Like, don't just blatantly tell me what is going on.
Man, I love exposition.
Yeah. I was like, don't just be so blatant about it.
Yeah, I know, because, like, who does that? Who just walked into a room and, like, oh, man, that was a long day. Today I did this, and, man, that really made me feel this way.
Especially
Are you caught up?
Especially with the person that was with you.
Yeah. Like, she knows what just happened.
Yeah.
She watched it. She's pretty pissed about it, if you can't tell. You know?
Yeah. I do all the good, again, there's all, like, every bad thing I was always, like, able to point out something good. The good thing on that is you can tell as he's going on about how great his night was, you can start to see her get more and more frustrated because the camera, like, follows him in the circle.
Dude, I was getting more pissed off.
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, is this guy, like, stupid? Because, like, every single argument she tries to be the more mature person about, like, don't get me wrong, she flips out sometimes, but at the end of it, she's like, hey, why don't we do this? And he's like, I banged other women. And she's like, okay, I fucking tried. You know, I'm like, dude, you're dating a fucking toddler. Mm-hmm. You know? Like, this guy sucks.
Yeah.
He fucking sucks.
Yeah.
What'd you rate it, though?
I give it either a 6 or a 7.
What? God damn, that's high.
Really?
Yeah. You've been saying how you think the bad outweighs the good and it's above a 5 for you?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Why is it above a 5?
It wasn't like... I don't know. 5 seems pretty bad. Like,
if you listen to us just talk about it, it'd probably be... It sounds like we would give it like a 4 or 5.
No, every single thing that I said, this is a complaint, I always followed it up with a compliment. I never once said, like, oh, I hated this movie.
I think the bad things sound worse than the good things sound good. You know what I mean?
For you, maybe.
Complaining about a movie going on for too long.
Oh, that's
a big complaint.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that automatically knocks it down. I think you think of a movie. I think you're thinking of it as like grade school grades, because like just because it falls around a 5 does not mean it's a bad movie.
No, it means it's average. It means it's okay.
And I think that movie is below average.
I do not.
Really?
Yeah, I definitely think it's above average. I think if the movie literally just took 2 changes, if the middle argument is fixed and you take off
2 pretty big changes, though, man.
You take 15 minutes off and you convince me that he's right in the second act, I think the movie's at 10.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See, now, even if those are fixed, I'm like, man, I still just watched a movie about 2 people argue about a petty dude's premise.
That's wonderful.
That's like, if those 2 things are changed, it's a 7.
Oh, no, that's a 10 out of 10 movie for me.
Oh, my God. I think that black and white filter is getting to you, too.
No, I like it's the same reason like I like 12 Angry Men. It was such a small premise of...
Yeah, but dude, there was twists and turns in that. There was multiple character developments in that. Like, it was... I don't know. It was just... That movie is way better.
I agree. I have one a 6 and one a 9, I believe. That's a big difference.
That's not that big of a difference, man.
For you, I guess.
God, do you think 3? 3 is not a big difference.
No, no, you don't think it's a big difference. I think it is a big difference. The difference between a 7 and a 4 is pretty fucking bad. Like, a 7 is like a movie that I'm like, oh yeah, I wouldn't mind watching this again. Yeah. Maybe not my favorite.
Well, when it takes it below a 5 to above a 5, or vice versa, I think that's when it's the biggest difference. But like,
I understand that.
I don't know. I think
that's why
for me personally, I'll just say that. Yeah. I think the bad far outweighs the good. Like, I mean, again, even if all that shit's fixed, at the end of the day, it's still just a movie about people having a toxic argument. And that's the whole movie.
I like that premise.
Have you seen a Marriage Story or like
no, I
whatever?
really fucking want to.
Yeah, it sounds like you'd love it. It's not in black and white.
I never once brought it up. You have.
Don't let it trick you. It will trick you. Believe me, I thought that movie was a 6 or a 7, and I was like, it's not.
I think we are saying the exact same things, except for you didn't like it more. Because like you said, if it's below a 5, like that, the 5 mark, below 5 is bad, above a 5 is...
No! Below a 5 is below average, which still doesn't categorize it as bad.
Okay. So... I feel like
you're holding the above 5 and below 5...
You literally said that. You literally
distinctly.
Said the 5, anything
below average. It's like like 5 is the middle ground. Like 4 and 3 is below average, getting a little worse, but when you start to get to like 2 and 1 is when it's just like fucking bad and awful. 1,
because 1 is the lowest grade. You can't go to 0. So 1 is
awful.
1 is
like god awful,
atrocious.
It, like honestly offended you. It was so
bad.
Like
2
don't look up.
Yeah. 2 is a very obviously bad movie, but it has like a moment, maybe a moment that it was like, oh, it's kind of funny because of how bad, but nothing actually good.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy. I just gave a movie about a serial rapist bunny an 8.
Yeah, see? And you...
Dude, it is fucking hilarious.
That... I usually don't give, like, a bad movie that I find entertaining.
See, that's something I recently changed about my rating.
Yeah.
I'm not going to base it off of if it's like an intentionally bad movie, then I'm going to be like, oh, well, it shouldn't be above a 6.
Yeah.
I'm just going to start rating it how much I fucking liked it.
Yeah.
I don't care if that means Bunny the Killer Thing gets the same rating as, like, the fucking Godfather.
Yeah.
If I like them the same, then they're the same rating for me.
Fair enough.
You know, I'm not going to hold it to stipulation like, oh, this under-budgeted, bad CGI movie that I love is overall objectively not a good movie, but I still loved it, so it can't be above a 4. Like, I fucking loved it, so it's going to be a good rated movie. You know,
something that I've considered more is like rewatchability. 10 is like always rewatch it. 9 is like pretty good chance I'd rewatch it. So forth.
It just gets into tricky territory for me because there's again so many movies that I personally have not watched, so it's hard for me to think of like movies that I will rewatch.
Yeah.
Unless other people around me haven't seen it.
Yeah.
And then that'll give me like momentum to be like, okay, I'll rewatch it. If you haven't watched it, great. Love to see it again.
I kind of quit thinking about it because like at first I was like, oh, I'm rating these movies. The number starts to be like, oh, I've only rated 50 movies. I need to watch 500 more movies. Like I'm not in the business to be like, oh, well, like any person that I see be like, guess how many movies I rated or like watch or be like
try look at my IMDb score, bitch. You know?
Yeah, like I kind of quit caring about that, and I just pick movies like sometimes in the mood to listen to or watch a new movie, sometimes in the mood to watch one of my favorite movies. That's how I pick it, rather than just trying to be like, well, I've never seen this movie, I should watch it. Like I don't give a shit no more.
I feel that to a certain degree, but I do hate like because like, I have watched a decent amount of movies, but I just don't like not being able to be in the conversation when people were like talking about like the classics like Godfather and stuff. Because then I feel like, man, I really don't feel like I'm that knowledgeable about movies. It's like this is the fucking movie and I haven't fucking seen it. Like I don't have to watch it and just love it like everybody else, but at the very least, I should fucking watch it. You know, because like what I like to do in regards to that is watching movies, and this is supposed to be the peak of cinema.
Yeah.
Why would why would someone who likes to watch films not watch that? You know?
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I just want to be in the conversation with shit like
Yeah.
that.
I also, like, movies have somehow became, like, the thing that, like, I used to love talking to someone about movies, but I guess because, like, I don't watch a bunch of movies,
Yeah.
it's gotten to the point where, like, that will get thrown in your face a lot.
Yeah.
That I'm like, I kind of just don't fucking want to talk to people about movies anymore. Because people are like, oh, you haven't seen The Godfather? Oh my god, you have to watch it. Like, no shit. Do you think I've never heard of it? Like, of course I know.
Yeah.
I need to watch it.
Oh, you watched Velocipaster and you haven't seen The Godfather? Like, yeah, I would love to watch Velocipaster again.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
I honestly don't know where to even watch The Godfather. Is it on streaming services?
It is on a streaming service, I'm almost certain.
Probably like Netflix or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to watch that shit. It's just been, as you can hear, it has been so goddamn difficult to watch movies
Yeah.
that I had to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and instead of going back to sleep, because whenever I came back home, he was still in bed, I was like, this is my only time to watch a movie. So I watched an entire fucking movie, and then right at like 30 minutes before it ended, he woke up, so I just had to keep staying up.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's pretty much...
Yeah.
I think that's the first movie I've watched full length in a while, because, like, we watched Batman Begins, but I didn't really get to watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. I don't watch many movies now. Literally, if I just have an extra day off, that's my day to, like, chill, watch movies. Because if not, I'm shooting the podcast, editing, doing all that on my only day off, so it makes it tough.
I want to find and watch Christian movies. I think I kind of wanted to dive into the fact that I enjoy bad movies.
Yeah.
And, dude, that seems like such a good category.
Yeah.
There's this dude I follow on TikTok. His whole thing is watching Christian movies and reviewing them. And it's, obviously it's not like, this is a 10 out of 10. This really spreads the word of Jesus well. Like, it's just
bad movies.
Hilariously bad movies that you're just like, it's like watching a Kids Bop movie. You know, you're just like, oh my God, why would they do this? Like that fucking, like when I was working at Amazon, I swear I cannot find any trace of it anywhere. I wish I would have just asked if I could buy it on the spot. Because the book was called "To Jesus Unchained."
Yeah.
Like,
you should be able to. You should be able to Amazon it.
Dude, I've looked it up. I cannot fucking find it.
Really?
I swear to God, I feel like a crazy person talking about it because, like, I cannot prove that this book exists.
Yeah.
But it was literally Black Jesus, and it was like an action, like hardcover, like action, like picture novella, but just obviously as I work, so I couldn't read the whole thing. But oh my God, I want that book so bad.
Yeah.
Jesus Unchained.
Yeah,
I
don't know if they're actual books, but I've seen a picture for. I'm dying for the Bible too, and it's like, it was like him riding a dinosaur.
Yeah,
it was like Jesus riding a dinosaur. It was him fighting like the spaghetti monster. The spaghetti monster.
Another. Did you know?
Okay.
Well, two more. The Bible is the number one most stolen book in the world.
Okay.
And two, you are legally, I don't know if this is just a certain state, but you are legally allowed to wear a spaghetti strainer on your head in your ID picture because it is official headwear of the religion of the spaghetti monster.
That's so ridiculous.
Which is essentially a satirical religion.
Yeah.
No offense to any of our listeners who may be in the legion of the spaghetti monster. I don't know. Whatever you guys call yourself, the spaghetti monster hotties. I don't know. Yeah, they can actually, like, because this dude showed his ID and he has a spaghetti strainer on his fucking head.
That's ridiculous.
And he's like, it's religious purposes. I dare you to tell me I fucking can't.
That is so fucking funny.
It really is funny. Like, and I don't know. That just seems like it would stay funny. Like, it's not like one of those one things is like, yeah, I got like a fucking, like, cornrows in my ID picture. Like, this is like, yeah, that's pretty fucking funny.
If you had cornrows in your ID picture, it would always be funny for me.
Yeah. Man, I think my head's too fucking fat for cornrows,
Dude, it'd be
man.
wild.
There's a lot
like, not
of
even
rows.
for them.
You know how much fucking corn could go on this goddamn head? How many rolls of corn I can fit?
Yeah. I just can't imagine you with cornrows at all. So, like,
Yeah,
I don't know. It would be fucking hilarious.
Man, I wish I could just do the shit that, like, people with a normal size head could do. Because, like, I don't... Please don't call me out if you disagree, but I don't think a lot of people realize, like... I think a decent amount of people can tell they have a big head, but I don't think people know how big my head is until I wear a hat and they see the strap on it.
Yeah.
Like, if it's one of those ones that buckle, like you push in the little buttons and shit, I always have to be on, like, either the last or second to last, like, hole in it. And then I see people who can wear hats, and it's, like, all the way to
perfect.
Either perfect, or I've even seen it, like, all the way to the other side. And I put on that same hat, and it's like...
Yeah.
And it's just fucking ridiculous, dude. Like, I cannot do that shit. Like, I would like to wear hats, too. You know? But,
what's your song of the week?
if you hadn't have already said it, it would be the new Harry Styles song.
Oh, it's been...
That shit fucking slaps.
It's easily my most listened to song for the past 3 weeks. Like, since it's came out, it is easily my most listened to song.
It is so fucking good. I think I screenshotted what my actual song of the week, because that, even since you just said that song has been on my fucking mind.
Yeah, I love that fucking song so much. It, like, I obviously like Harry Styles, but I've never, like, really been excited for an album of his. Not unexcited. I'm always just like,
but not like
pretty
particularly
cool.
like
this is
like
like, I think this is album of the year.
That's a
like,
hell of a build up.
Yeah, like I'm fucking easily extremely excited.
Yeah. Gummy. Like good old Brock
Yeah, good pick.
Lesnar. Was it a Gummy by Brock Lesnar? But no, yeah, I'm a Miss Brockhampton.
I am too.
And it sucks.
Maybe they'll still do stuff together, just maybe not like full length projects and stuff.
And I hate to say it, but I mean, dude, Brockhampton really hasn't been the same since that, one dude kind of...
Amir left?
Yeah, it was kind of... Is he the one that was, like, revealed to be kind of a piece of shit? Or he did some scummy things. Maybe not a piece of shit, but, like...
There's a lot of allegeds that I don't personally haven't done enough research to know. Like, there was, like, the rumor of him messaging underage kids, or underage girl, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then there was, they talk about it in a couple songs, like, he set them up to get robbed, like, his own friends and shit like that. Like, there's just a lot of, like, speculation that I don't fucking know.
Yeah. I didn't hear about that second one. I only heard about the talking to underage girls thing. Yeah. But, I mean, that dude was... I did not realize how much of a role he played in Brockhampton.
He's the cover.
Of, like, what? Is it the first two?
It's 3. He's all 3 saturations, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, that dude plays such a big fucking part. And don't get me wrong, I mean, there's still Brockhampton with or without him, but, like...
He wasn't the main.
Yeah.
He never was the main, and I think that's why they're still able to continue.
Yeah, of course. They're still doing it, but, I mean, dude, he had some of... my favorite verses from Brockhampton. Like, some of the most fun shit to listen to was like the ones he takes over.
Yeah, he's the second best.
Yeah.
In the group.
I just hate that.
Yeah.
I just fucking hate
it.
So,
it's rough.
Kevin Abstract, obviously, first.
Yeah,
Okay.
by the largest of margins. He's really fucking good. And he proves it because he has solo albums.
Yes.
That are very successful and very fucking good.
Yeah, he kills it.
Yeah. My song of the week is, for some reason, this is just continuing to happen, I listen to 2 polar opposite artists.
Okay.
Like, whenever I was listening to Callie a whole bunch, I listened to Playboy Cardi. They're nothing alike. I have been listening to Harry Styles so much. I've been listening to 42 Doug a whole bunch. He dropped a new album with ESTG, who is from Louisville. Kind of neat.
Ooh.
Song Spin is best on the album, in my personal opinion. I love the song. That's my song of the week. Spin. By 42 Doug.
I hate that fucking name.
ESTG.
Yeah. Is it... Do you have to say it as EST?
I don't know. Maybe not. But
because either that or it's est.
Yeah.
SG?
SG doesn't...
Yeah, it just sounds like Etsy.
Yeah. So I always just say ESTG.
Is it like EST dot? G? Because then that would mean established G.
It might be established G, which kind of makes sense, but it's G-E-E.
Yeah, it's a really weird... I don't know, like...
There's no dot from what I can see.
You need to have a name that's palatable. Obviously, I'm not going to be, giving him advice on that. He seems like he's doing pretty good.
Yeah, 4.5 million
yeah.
Monthly listeners.
I think he's doing all right without my advice thus far.
That's how I pronounce it.
EST?
E-S-T-G.
Yeah. Yeah, I just fucking hate names like that.
Yeah.
Like, I hate X's stage name, because it's either you say it as X or XXX Tentacion, and that's just too fucking much. Like, that just, kills any momentum you have talking about it. Like, it needs to be something that's, easily cut down, because even if you just say X's, that's not, so uniquely to him that you're just like, oh, you're talking about XXX, and then you have to be like, Tentacion, and then it becomes a whole fucking thing. I don't know. I just love the short names that you can just fucking grasp real quick, and it's just fucking gone,
Yeah. Like, even short names are sometimes long. Lil Uzi? Who's saying Bert?
Yeah.
Like, you're not saying Bert. It's Lil Uzi.
Yeah. Or you could just say Uzi. They say Uzi dropped an album. People aren't going to know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
But, even Tyler's, the creator's work, because you can't just say Tyler dropped a new album.
Most people would know that you're talking about... If you're in the...
Yeah, if you say Tyler dropped an album, because I cannot think of anybody else that's not in country whose stage name is Tyler.
Yeah, people can usually piece it together. There's every so often that people are like, who? And you're like, what other one? But
it's weird that his name's Tyler.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I don't think of him as a Tyler.
Yeah, it's really weird thing, because I think of him as, Tyler, the Creator. It's a full name.
Yeah, his last name...
Yeah.
His creator. His middle name's The.
That'd be cool to throw in, less cool scenarios, like Roy the Crable. What the fuck's a Crable? And I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, if you had a cool... if you had a last name that it works with, The should be your middle name.
Dude, I saw this one video on Reddit, and it was the race is important here.
Is it about names?
Yes.
Okay, keep going. 'Cause I have one about names. I was going to say, I know the best middle name ever.
Ooh, I'm interested. But this one girl is telling her family about this guy that she is starting to date. And, this woman's black, her family's black. And this guy that she's dating or about to start dating, his last name is Coon. Okay. And they just start laughing their fucking asses off. And they're like, you cannot become Miss Coon. It just reminds me of that Chappelle skit so much.
Yeah.
That skit? Yeah. That skit. I'll leave it at that. I'm not ready to for that video yet. What's yours?
I believe that How I Met Your Mother, Lily named her kid. No, motherfucker. The best middle name ever. Wait for it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Brenden, wait for it. Kron. That's so good. The best middle name ever.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid fucking middle name. I don't see a lot of people, getting real creative with the middle names. Now,
middle name's usually, tied to someone.
Yeah.
Usually you give the middle name away. You kind of auction it off to the family.
Yeah. It's this person, bought me a crib for the baby, so his middle name's going to be Mary.
Yeah.
Or just something shitty like that. Or
people really are auctioning off that middle name.
Yeah. I get stuck.
I'm going to literally auction it off.
Yeah.
If I have a kid, I'm going to be like, highest bidder, give my kid the middle name.
I really don't give a shit what it is.
Doesn't fucking matter. Middle name don't matter.
God, it does, right?
I straight just drop mine, and most people are like, what's your middle name? No, I don't have one. They're like, alright. It really doesn't matter.
So if I just bought the rights to your kid's name.
Yeah.
And it's is a bitch.
Is a bitch.
Shabazz is a bitch, Kron.
I was going to say Brenden is a bitch, Kron Jr.
Junior. You kept that name in the family. He's like, this isn't good enough for one generation. We have to expose this to the next generation of is a bitch.
Yeah.
I like it.
You better auction off high, because I'm gonna auction off higher. Hopefully.
You end up bidding against me?
Yeah.
Please, literally anybody else buy it. I don't care if it's Gwyneth Paltrow. She names my kid Pear.
Yeah.
Anybody else in the fucking world.
If she, I don't know if she didn't or did, but if she committed to it and her kids are apple, pear, orange, that's great. Like, at least you stuck to the bit.
Dude. No, like somebody, like a family member of yours wins it and they name them like after like Jeffrey Dahmer.
I thought you were going to go something kind of bad.
Yeah, like
that.
Joseph Stalin or something, and you're like, Brenden Stalin.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I was like almost certain you were going to say, not you were going to, like you were going to say either Hitler or you were going to like name it a slur.
Brenden Jung Kron. I think that's the one for me. I really hope you have a kid and you're like, man, I let Uncle Rex decide your middle name. I'm so fucking sorry, Jung.
I'm also going to only call them by their middle name.
Oh, Jung. Oh, Brenden Jung Kron III. It's been a real name-heavy episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, if you have any friends that are having kids, if you're having kids, and you really want to give your kids a sexy name.
Scarlet
Scarlet
is number one.
I guess whatever Tom's kids' names are, they got to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't name your kid. Well, I was going to say don't name your kid George, but look at George Clooney.
You can be the exception. But do you think your kid will be the exception?
Do you think your kid is better than George Clooney?
Yeah, get the
Think
fuck out
about
of here.
that. Your kid's not better than George Clooney.
No. And that's been jamming.